No, porque
Well, maybe we can start. So let me welcome you today in all of you that are present in Prague on our meeting. Also, many greetings and welcome to all the participants which are online. Today we will start a Fuji-free meeting, which should be dedicated to, let's say, to discuss the state of art of our work and to, let's say, elaborate about our works in the group, in the different crop groups. So, firstly, some administrative things. I guess all of you have signed your presence list. Today, the meeting will be held on 2 days, on 5th and 6th September. This first day, we should start with presenting about the progress in different groups. And then after coffee break, we should learn something about the state of art in the literature, in order we can, let's say, more tightly discuss the points about the bones of the articles we are preparing, and in order to better organize all our work. And after that, we should have lunch on 13 p.m. and after that we should have a section where we will speak about the ways how to let's say process the literature references, and we will show and explain some examples from the first processing of the literature, and we can discuss the steps how to do. We can we will speak also about some tools for processing of the literature in order to gather the important information, because at least in some groups there are really many articles needs to be processed. So this section will be dedicated for that. Then we will, at 13 around, we should have another coffee break, and later we will continue with the same section until 17 p.m. and at the end, at 19 p.m. we will have social dinner in the nearby hotel. So in the next day, then Runela will join to the meeting online, and she will explain us the possibilities for the actions during this end of this year, and the possibilities for the next year. We can discuss what can we bring up and what can we plan for actions and for activities for the next year. She will explain also a little bit about the possibilities about travels during the COST project, like STSM missions and so on. So we can then discuss your ideas, how to tackle this program for the next future. And certainly, if anything will occur on your mind about the things which will be discussed today, feel free to set up a discussion and continue in the discussing the important aspects of your work. Well, that's for the program. Something important during the coffee break, there is coffee, tea, water. We will have also something to eat. So it will be on that table nearby. And for the lunch, Lenka, which is our local convener, will help us. Lenka Placová will help us to go to the canteen where we will get the lunch. The lunch will be, you will personally take what you want from the menu, and all the costs are going to the reimbursements you will get. So, well, we can continue. So, just to connect to the previous work in the WUJI 3, and to, let's say, take a summary of this year. We have this year split our group into 6 different subgroups for apple and pears, peach, olives, grapes, kiwi, and berries, in which each group have some participants, and it start the works on different review papers. The participants from the survey we did the first year, they have asked to be allocated in the different crops. So some of the crops have more participants than some others, but anyway, I think we should be able to work on within each group quite smoothly. Our goals in the group are, just to remind, we have to prepare review articles about the irrigation strategies and irrigation, let's say, quantification of the irrigation needs of the different crops. And next year we should have a workshop, at least one, which will be with proceedings. We have to discuss how to organize this and where. And certainly we will be asked to prepare continuously some reports. So we will continuously discuss these things when they come. Just to remind, our goals are to be focused on to identify routines, to estimate the right amount of irrigation to be supplied, to identify the most effective irrigation scheduling protocols, and to provide protocols for better identification of management zones. Well, the case steps we can expect that the case steps are to assign the participants and include them into the works within each crop group, where we need to collect and process the literature, references, and then prepare the backbone of the articles, which is quite a crucial point, and then writing review papers and preparing for the workshop and some summaries of the knowledge to be presented. For the Apple and peer groups, what was done? We have almost 25 people, but till now we have identified 20 people to be active in the group. Our activities, recent activities, were the completion of the sorry. Okay.
What is sharing probably from?
Sorry, Martin, it's my presentation. I
Just to
can't.
stop sharing.
No, I don't. Okay, I have to stop. Oh, I can't stop it. Okay.
Well, we start to analyze the reference list, where we have already described a considerable amount of papers, and we started also for this, especially for this meeting, we started also to process the collection in order to gather some interesting data, and in order we can present you also some scientific content within this meeting. So for the completion of the literature collection, we were used the UG1 collection, which was shared by Melissa Venturi, and we have made a list of suitable papers and make an additional search, because those papers were usually focused more on the physiological things coming with the trees. So we were more focused on the irrigation scheduling, on the water use efficiency, for trees productivity, and fruit quality. So we add some additional papers to the list. With the values, we gathered almost 700 papers from the UG1 collection, and then we added almost 130 new papers with the new set of keywords. With the pre-analysis, we are almost in the, let's say, third of the all articles, and we need still to pre-analyze and describe about 450 papers in order to see whether they are of use for our purposes or not. We are gathering this data in a table where there is a reference citation, some information of location and durations of the trials, and also we are trying to characterize the let's say setup of the trials, because we all know that irrigation requirements are really dependent on many different factors, and to be able to homogenize the ideas and to homogenize the information from the literature, we have set up such table where we can describe the reference, then the varieties used, rootstocks, crop age, tree density, and etc. Some information also about some measurements of growth, total growth, or the production, productivity, crop load, something about the physiological parameters analyzed in the studies, and so on. I think all of you already know this table was presented several times, and it's still active for possibly for all the groups. So you can use it as you want, or change it out to include appropriate data from the studies as you need. About the preliminary processing, we are summarizing about the description of the impact of particular factors and variables important for the plant water requirements. We are identifying and characterizing the variability of the response of plants according to particular factors, and we are trying to identify the gaps in the knowledge. So we need to little bit elaborate about the articles. That's what we need to do in the next future. So we expect that the pre-analysis of the literature could take still some, let's say, about 3 months, where we could be able to process the rest of the references, and let's say then we will need to discuss about the next processing and about the article composition we are preparing, and then I expect that we will take some time to process and elaborate in different ways about the informations. Then we will finally decide how to write the article. I expect that with the beginning of the next year, we should be able to start writing. Well, that's all from my side. Do you have any questions or some suggestions? You can hear a next presentation. Well, if I could ask Miguel Costa, Joachim, to present their progress in the groups of red wine,
Okay, Martin, I will try. Good morning, everybody. I will try to share first my document. Are you seeing it?
Yes.
Okay, so good morning, everybody. So today I'm in charge of presenting the part regarding the irrigation scheduling applied to vineyards for wine production. We have decided already that we do our review and our topic will be more focused on berry for wine. So that's already something that you see from the title. And so this title eventually will be also a potential title for the review. So the idea is to review current methods and propose innovative tools towards precise irrigation. Okay, here we have the leaders, Javier, Miguel, Olf, and Carlos Lopes from different institutions. I think also important is to have a definition of what is irrigation schedule, and we have put some notes about what is irrigation schedule. Well, just for a matter of definitions, because I think it's also interesting. So, for example, Brouwer and Prince from FAO indicates how much irrigation water has to be given to the crop and how often or when this water is given. Others, for example, like Swank in the recent paper, he defined as irrigation schedule involves both timing and volume of applied irrigation. So others, for example, Wang is the purpose of irrigation schedule is to coordinate timing and amount of water used to irrigate crops in a way that maximize profits. So here we have kind of different ways of defining it, but I think it's good that we have this as basis, because some are more focused on the productivity of water and the profit, but I think this is also something that we should consider in our works. Okay, so I will be a little different from Martin. We are going to try to give a general overview of the wine sector and explain why this topic can be also important for it. So the wine industry is, as you know, a globalized and highly diversified sector. Major global players are like Spain, Italy, Portugal, Australia, South Africa, United States are experiencing major problems regarding adverse climate conditions and scarce water resources. This is really a major issue and affecting the sector. And we cannot also forget that when we talk about sustainable production, we have also to look to the supply chain and also to look to the awareness of consumers for this issue. And in fact, in a paper from Uxtra in 2008, we talk about the water footprint of certain products, and namely wine, and it was about 120 liters per indicative. Of course, this is indicative, but I think we should be also aware of the sustainable issues and the awareness of consumers for this. So other issues is that because of the climate conditions and the more severe stress conditions, irrigation has expanded in the grapevine production. As I said, there is drier and more variable and extreme climate and also soil conditions, and these pose risks. I mentioned this paper from Straffelini from Italy, where he pinpoint the points of soil temperature as well. So not only air temperature, but the issues related with extreme soil temperatures. And we know that water has really a moderating impact on the soil temperature. And this is a major issue, water scarcity in quantity and quality. I think we decided, and that's why we put in capitals. Our group decided that this is really a major issue that has to be tackled, and a major justification for our work. And of course, the optimized irrigation strategies that enhance water use efficiency. Another thing that we would like to pinpoint is the close link between plants and soil and irrigation. We think that there is still a lack of awareness or knowledge concerning soil traits. So I think we should also to improve this issue. Fortunately, there is also an increased availability of sensoring solutions that also need to be optimized. And also there are more and more tools to improve data management and also decision support system that can be applied to grapevine irrigation. And of course, we have to consider the potential use of machine learning and artificial intelligence. One very important thing also for our sector is that in the case of irrigation of vineyards for wine production, we must adjust irrigation strategy to the production objectives defined by growers. So it depends in which segment of grapes or wines you are working, if you want more quantity and less quality, if you want more quality and less quantity. So this is also interesting for or important to have in account. Okay, some knowledge gaps. In terms of available data on water use under different conditions, I think we should try to compile information on this, especially because we have a very heterogeneous industry in terms of area and places where production is being done. The issue of irrigation time and frequency as function of variables climate and soil and plant conditions, the role of soil characteristics, and also a series of pitfalls related to limitation pitfalls related to climate, plant microclimate, and soil moisture assessments. So we have this issue of large variability in soil conditions in a parcel or in a farm. We have to decide where and how to install in the best way our sensors in the way that we have really robust data and choose the best options that are representative of the parcel. And of course, linked to this, and not only for experimental purposes, but also for growers, we have also to define that there are limitations in experimental designs and setup of treatments and also setup of sensorization. I think this is also important to tackle in our review. So there are our aims then is to maximize water use efficiency, optimize grapevine stress levels according to the production that we are aiming on, our aims, and ensure grape and berry quality, maximize yields, improve berry composition while minimizing water inputs, optimize irrigation schedule as function of climate and soil, and also provide practical tools and guidelines to help grapevine growers. In fact, we should be able also to make our review also useful for the sector. So therefore, I have here, sorry. So in this scheme, what we try is to resume basically the grapevine versus optimal irrigation schedule, optimize water use efficiency, optimize irrigation amount and frequency, characterize this relation between soil, plant, and water needs, optimize the use of sensors, promote the use of modeling and decision support, and identify the potential roles of artificial intelligence to support our tasks. And in fact, in the end, I don't say to provide protocols but at least with our work, we should be able to provide practical tools that can support growers. Okay, so talking about the potential list of factors, I think while I put in green, this is a list that I had received from Javier. It's available in our database, but we put in green the people that of course are already leading this work. Other names are the ones that already show the interest. but still we have really to define what will be really a task for an author or not, because if we are dealing with 5 or 7 or even 10, okay, it's easy. But if you are dealing with 25 authors, it's very complicated to see how can we handle 25 authors around the same paper, and especially if we are considered that many authors are participating in other papers. So I think after this meeting, maybe the people that are really interested and to be active in our review, maybe we can have some feedback and include them as an active, as you suggest, Martin, active authors. Okay. Sorry. Regarding our tentative schedule, maybe is too optimistic, but this is only some guidelines that we can discuss. So first, still to optimize the structure and authors for different sections, build the database papers, the writing as we propose here. Maybe it's too short, but we have also to discuss. We have a final revision. We also suggest to have an external revision, maybe by other colleagues from other working groups. I think it's wise to have someone with other eyes reading our review, and then the final edition by the work group 3, and then the final draft and submission. And then we have already established tentative dates to have meetings with the authors. So one of them should be around end October. This is not definite. Then in March, and so a preliminary drafting in March, and then in June, tentatively we would have a final version. Okay, so that was my presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, Miguel. It was a very nice presentation, and I hope you will be able to reach out such nice ideas and finalize the work. So well, I think the schedule always is just a schedule, so you will see how it works. The people. So,
okay.
Are there any questions from the audience? Peter?
I would have one remark. As we have seen before with the apple and pear review, there were 25 people interested in it and actually 12 people active. So I wouldn't, if I were you, not worry about too many authors. I think it's hard enough to get people active and get enough people to be active. I think it's more the question, how do you get and reach those people? I don't know whether it was loud enough.
No, I understand. The point is, do we put the 25 authors in the final document, or that was our issue. Of course, the contribution of 25 people, if it's valid, it's always very good because we bring information and a different experience. But the point is, in the end, if we have 20 people or 25 that are involved, we cannot put the 25 people as authors. That was my issue. But maybe with the time we will smooth this and also learn from other colleagues. It's just it's a matter of discussion that in our group we considered it. But I think we will try to optimize this issue. Thank you.
Miguel, that's probably a misunderstanding.
Oh.
I don't think that you will have 25 people active.
Okay.
Very few people active.
Okay.
So don't worry about the number of authors on the paper. It's more getting the people active and getting them together to work.
Okay, I understand.
Well, No other questions from the auditory and online? So we can continue by Alba, who could present something about kiwi fruit. So, can you hear us?
Yes.
Bartolomeo?
Hi, can
Hi.
you
So,
hear
can we
me?
continue with the presentation from Alba?
Yes, we can present our work, and we define that I will present something now, and Alba will discuss later in the next section about the backbone and literature, if you agree.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
the floor is yours.
Ok, allora. Can you see my screen?
Yes?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So we'll discuss about kiwi fruit. We are a bit late on preparing stuff, but we start to do some work. And yes, what we think is to go in the review activity through this main 3 points that Martin explained in the introduction, in order to achieve a review with an overview of a problem on irrigation scheduling in kiwi fruit. About the group of participants, we have until now people from Spain, Czech Republic, Albania, Kenya, Italy, France, Turkey. And yes, is a well representative of the cultivation country. Probably we needed to increase the participation. We are 8 people, and probably we need to have a few more in order to share the work and increase the knowledge. Okay, so what have been done until now? In the last meeting, when we discussed about the backbone, what was in coming out is that we need, of course, to compare what have been done or is doing on VG1 and what could be the focus in our VG3 review. Of course, we didn't make this work together with other colleagues, but I had a meeting with Alba, that is leading the VG1 and preparing a review, and we just compare some idea, some focus that will be included in the VG1 in order to evitate overlapping and to cover all questions related to irrigation kiwi fruit. So this is the work that have been done, but is just a preliminary work. But we will discuss together in the next meeting with all the colleagues participants to this this work, this paper. So in order to start a preliminary work, we did some search on documents present in a platform, and what we have found that there is a gap on literature. From Scopus, if we search with keywords, kiwi fruit, we got about 6,400 papers, which are not so much. If we search then kiwi fruit and the yield, we got 500 almost, and only 111 kiwi fruit and irrigation keywords. So this last one is what we will pay attention. We will analyze closely. From Web of Science, almost the number are that 6,000 kiwi fruit, only 140 kiwi fruit and irrigation. Starting from this point, this first preliminary work, we thought that probably this platform will be not sufficient to, dig out all information about the kiwi fruit. Kiwi fruit is a quite young species developing around the world, and also there is also another particular peculiarity that start the kiwi fruit in New Zealand and in China, in environment where irrigation is not so important. In New Zealand, Te Puke area, we can see the kiwi fruit without irrigation system because actually they don't need to give irrigation. Just in the last few years, because the cultivation area are extended, because in all around the world, the market is a undemanding market about kiwi fruit. So the kiwi fruit is expanding in the new area. Now they are starting to introduce kiwi fruit also in environment where irrigation is needed. That's why start in New Zealand, and now there are different producing country around the world that, of course, irrigation is very important. So this kind of a subject, I think, is quite recently. Not many research groups work on it. That's why if we search kiwi fruit, if we go deeper, lots of information, good information are related to yield, quality, increase development, canopy, root system, and so on. At the end of this analysis, we think, and we ask you, but we will ask also the people participant to this review, I think probably we need to enlarge the platform to include other platform or other source of information. For example, Acta Horticulture, because they are planning every 4 years the symposium, specific symposium on kiwi fruit. Probably we can use this information come from Acta, if you agree, to increase the number of paper, in particularly in the subject of irrigation scheduling. We found a very few articles talking about this, more about water requirement. So I think we could think about and decide together if we can have access to other source of information like ACTA or other sources. So this was the conclusion and some consideration to share with you related to the paper published in the platform. So we have done this first analysis that we, of course, we will share with all participants, and we try to compare the backbone from VG1, the backbone for all VG3, the first backbone that was shared with all participants, and try to line up some information and try to have a backbone for our review. But I think this is just a proposal, just to start the work, to summarize. Of course, Alba will talk later in particular in each point, but of course this will be as Martin said, will be defined after we finish analysis of all paper that we will find in literature, of course, and after suggestion of all participants to this review group on kiwi fruit. So the next step will be topic assignment for each co-author, and of course we will make a next online meeting. We think by October there will be an email inviting people to express preference, but we need to do this this job and start to work in this subject. We started to collect all document, some document that we found in the literature, and we have a folder, share folder that we prepared. I don't know if it's ready. I will share you later the folder where we can put all paper inside. I just show you what we start to put on share file by Martin, and just to start the work. And we included 12 paper to understand the question and to come up with some consideration about this. Of course, this will be the work that will be done from all participants to this group. Yeah, I show this one. And of course, for what I said before, we encourage the participation on the kiwi fruit review from other people in order to share the work and increase and improve the work that we will do. Roadmap, we think the first draft can come up on January 25, and the final paper we hope to be ready on June 2025. We will start a meeting on October, and then we'll decide with all participants the timing and the work that we need to do in this direction. And yeah, be few people is good for coordinating people, but from other ends, increase the number of people who can share the work and increase the knowledge about this. So I just invite you, as Martin said before, to if you are interested in kiwi fruit, you can join the group. And yeah, I think this is all for this task now, and the rest we can discuss about the literature and the roadmap if, in the next presentation that will be done with Alba, where we can discuss each point, in particular some new point that we will suggest to introduce in the backbone. Okay, that's all. Thank you. If there are some questions or some consideration, please don't hesitate.
Thank you, Bartolomeo. I just would have one suggestion. I think there is no problem with using ISHS articles. I think the content is scientifically okay. There just could be some overlap with some papers abroad in the different journals, because the ISHS is more on conference, so some subjects can be partly repeated in different articles, but anyway, why not? Even when you have such small amount of articles for processing. Sure.
Okay, thank you. We will take in consideration this your opinion, and then we will see the opinion also of all participants. Just if we found something interesting, of course. It was just.
Martin.
Good morning, everybody.
Yes.
Hello, I am from Turkey, Ebru Kafkas. Actually, in my department, there is one college. It's also my college. We have a collaboration with him. He is expert on kiwi also. If you want, I can tell him, and he maybe join in this review from Turkey.
Yes, of course, Ebru, we know her. We are working with her. Of course, yes, if you can contact, we can contact. And I don't know if she's already on this project, but
He's not in this project already, but I can tell him he can be joined. He can apply as a member if it is possible.
okay, okay. We can also contact her together.
Okay.
Invite her to be part of COST project, and in particular to give support on kiwi fruit. Yes. Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Just maybe a small suggestion. So you said that the literature in terms of irrigation on kiwi fruit is quite scarce because kiwi come from a very humid environment. So maybe that's a good opportunity to just present a paper on what we should do from now in these new areas. I know that Brent Clothier did a very great job on analyzing all the water relation in kiwi fruits, and that might be a based on what we know from other crops that have some similarities, how the plant will behave, what are the key points that should be researched. So that might be like a starting point, more than a review, just being brave and say, hey guys, this is what we need now. Just a suggestion.
Thank you. Very interesting. This your question anticipated the point that will be discussed in the ALBA presentation. We thought in this direction to put one focus on climate change and moving production area in relation to the needs of market and so on. Of course, New Zealand talk about this. So Brent Cloutier, Sip Green, and work out how the kiwi fruit industry move around the world. They made a good assessment. Also, the on paper, I don't know if it's published. I know the report probably is internal of Zespri. They made a software to calculate the suitability of the country in the area for new development of kiwi fruit. So I agree with you. We agree with you. We will discuss with all participants. This point will be one focus inside the review. I don't want to say that we don't know about irrigation of kiwi fruit, of course, because Italy is dealing with high VPD environment, as you know, in South Italy, in my region, and in Calabria, in South Italy, kiwi fruit is now developing very well in an environment with a high water deficit. So we are doing with other colleague of University of Italy lots of work about this, but we are young on the experience. But we will try to collect all this information. But needed for this crop to discuss about this, and particularly giving a focus on irrigation, because I would like to share with you another question. Because was transferred from New Zealand all information about how to have a nutritional information, crop management, canopy and roots, soil management, and no information on irrigation. When the kiwi fruit moved to Italy, to Chile, to France, some in Spain or in Greece, what we have found that no information on irrigation defined the problem on KVDS. So this syndrome of decline kiwi fruit physiology because of waterlogging condition. So the opposite problem about the using of water, because they didn't know how to manage irrigation water. They knew only one thing, that is very sensitive to water deficit, so we need to apply water. What amount of water, how, timing, and so on, no information. So this one lead to apply for kiwi fruit some about 12, 13 cubic meter of water per hectare, while kiwi fruit should need about around, and depends on the environment, about 6,000-7,000 of cubic meter. So I would like just say some words about this to explain the peculiarity of this crop. So I agree with you that we need to put this information in some piece on our review to help people to interpret it and understand where we are and where we need to go. Thank you.
Well, any other questions or suggestions? If not, I would like to give the floor to Annabella for the olives. Thank you very much for the presentation.
Thank you.
Maybe it is. Hello, good morning, everyone. As Martin said, I will present the the progress of the Olive Group. You have three leaders, me, Ricardo Gucci, and Teresa do Passo. And at the moment, we have 70 persons interested in participating in this group. About research of literature, what was done at the moment? You have done a light work. You try to create a database file by researching Scopus by a keyword list, papers on topic of irrigation, this keyword list that are common for other crops, and you try to do an overview of review that was published at the moment. You also search in Scopus, review papers published so far. Well, about many concern doubts that you have in this group, and the many concern for me is the few people that reply to the emails. You have only 5 people that reply my mails. You never have a meeting. You try to plan a meeting to the middle of October. But I would like to ask people that are interested, if you want to go ahead, participate in this group, to reply the mails and fill the database, because you have only 20 papers added in this database. So any doubts that we have, willingness of people to participate in write the review paper, what strategies should we adopt to catch the attention or the commitment of people? The data set is, sorry, the print screen is not very good, but the data set to insert the file is the same that other colleagues shared in the other presentation, Bartolomeu and Carlos Lopes. You encourage you that you have did a collect of papers. Please insert it in this database for simplify the work and select the best papers, analyze and download the papers. My presentation is very short, and is all for my part, and thank you for your attention.
Okay, Annabella, thank you for your presentation. So, if I good understood, you are now on. You have prepared a list for downloading, and did you start already the download of the files of the articles?
Yes, I started, but I don't know if the people that are interested in this group started it. I don't know if people have a list. For example, I sent a mail in the last week to ask informations, and only 1-2 people reply me. maybe they are in holidays, but I would underline that it's need to reply to have an idea what was done at the moment. You are very late compared with the other groups.
Probably more people were on the holidays, but yeah, I understand your problem.
Maybe you have a suggestion in with the leaders. Maybe put a deadline to people to reply, and the people don't reply this mail. You don't participate. Maybe.
Maybe what you could do is to have an online meeting in order to see the people and to speak with them, and maybe to try to find out what are their willingness and how are their interests. And yeah, sure, you need to lead them to your focus in the work. So will need to guide them and to assign them to particular works. So, well, I suggest you to speak them first
Okay.
in order to let's say not just communicate with the emails and try to work with the people with inside your group. So hopefully more people will be online if you call for them. But this is my suggestion.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Martin, for your suggestion. I will do it. To try to do a meeting, online meeting, and check the availability and interest of the peoples. Yeah. Olive, you in this group, you haven't, unfortunately, you don't have a list of a database from a WG1 group. So you have to start more.
According to my knowledge, they don't write a review paper in the Fuji one, so I didn't get the.
Yeah, we decided because we found some recent review on the topic, so we decided to wait to write a review on Olive in Fuji one. So yeah, unfortunately, you don't have the database to start with.
Well, hello.
I have two suggestions, Annabella. I think one, we have to be more specific of how we approach people and what we ask for them. Because if things are general, it's too easy to not understand what's wanted and then just put it aside. Not because you don't want to participate, but because it's a little bit too vague. So I think one of the challenges is for the core group and the olives to be more specific. The other thing to think about is we're seeing two different approaches from the different crops. There's the more the apples and pears where let's go see what there is there, and then we'll decide what the content of the review is. And then there's the grapevines who are coming up with these are the topics that should be worked on. Here's the issues. Here's the framework. Let's build the review around the topics. And maybe for the olives, it would be better to do the second way. And that way we could make sure that we're doing something unique, because a lot have been written and worked on with olives. Then we could be a little bit more secure that we're being novel as we're approaching it, and then know which literature to look for. But again, that means a few people have to, like we saw that the Grapevine group did really well. Maybe we need to find the right people to do that kind of approach for olives. That's just a suggestion to you, Annabelle.
Okay, thank you very much, Alain.
Another thing, you ask only for review papers, but in your mail you only ask for previous review. Why not including other articles?
Omar, I asked I ask, for example, to help me with this presentation, and people read the articles, about 20 articles, read the abstract and take a sentence about the subject of the review paper that I will present in the second presentation. I sent this mail last week. I remember that you reply me, but and another, I asked to insert the papers that you find in this list. I sent the extension file. I remember that I replied to you about this subject.
No, but maybe there's some misunderstood here. I'm not complaining about. I'm just saying that if we only focus on review in the future, we are going to have only few papers. No, I think there are no more than 20 or 30 reviews on olives that might help us. So my question is if you plan to extend the list to regular articles or just to focus on the reviews and start from that?
The review paper is an exercise to have in mind that was published at the moment, and to define the way that you have to follow. You do not repeat that is published so far. You need to have in mind that a shepherd of books or research review papers that has been published at the moment. And if you have in mind that the focus of the published review papers, you can define the way to follow to build the backbone of our review paper. Okay. I think is the first step to not repeat that the papers. Review papers.
It was just
another file is to the list of papers that was published in olive irrigation, deficit irrigation, technologies to scheduling irrigation, with the list of keywords to search articles, to research articles that you can use to write our review papers. You have to follow the steps that Martin present in her presentations. Download the papers, read and check the quality of the paper, and if the paper is useful to our review paper. There is two things difference, two files difference with different objectives.
The point was just to present what was done already in the literature here on the presentations, not to comply with review papers for writing a new review paper. It was just to get ideas and to think about a bit about the of the time. Okay?
Yeah. No, the thing is that because as Alon said, maybe we can discuss this later because it's going to
Yeah, of course, I think it would be very helpful to have a direct online meeting for colleagues to directly discuss also what uh, kind of approach we want to start. But anyway, if you have any ideas, we can also discuss it here.
It was just misunderstood from my side because just when I first read the email, I thought that the Olive Group was going to focus only on review papers.
No, that was just for the presentation.
That was my mistake. That's why I was asking.
Good. Well, thank you, Annabella. Opa, you had one question?
No, it was the same suggestion that Alan already said. Yeah, about the approach. Yeah.
Perfect. So now I would ask Radmila for presenting.
اعملي الحلة بس لا ده الحلة ويس غسلتها والله مولعة دي
Good afternoon to everyone, and thank you, Martin, for the announcement. I will try to give you a brief presentation about what we have done in Berry Group till now. And as you know, Berry Group is subsequently added to our VG3, and I would like firstly to thank to Martin for giving us the support to establish this group, because, and I'm really glad that we get some progress in this group, because berry fruits are really important part of fruit production in the world, and especially in recent years when there is a huge increasement in its production in the world. Berries such as strawberry, berries such as strawberry, roseberry, blueberry, blackberry, gooseberry, currant, mulberry, and actividia are gaining an importance due to their valuable fruits, which are rich in vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, and dietary fibers. And they are also in increasement because of awareness of consumers of their healthy benefits of these fruits, and because they are very suitable as functional food also. We also noticed that there is an increasement in some implementation of smart technologies in this production, such as smart irrigation systems for plant protection, etc. And all those contributed to production growth. In accordance to the topic of our VG3, the aim of Berry Group is to identify routines to estimate the right amount of irrigation to be supplied for berry species. When we started our research, firstly we wanted to unit all berry species in one review paper, but very soon we realized that it would be very difficult and hard job. So, because every of those species are specific for itself. So finally we decided to examine them one by one, and we started with strawberry as one of the most spread berry fruit species in the world. Total world production of strawberry in 2022 was exceeding 9 million tons on approximately 400,000 hectares. And strawberry is grown all over the world, but the main producers are China, USA, Turkey, Egypt, Mexico, and Spain. And in terms of the progress in our group for strawberry, I can say that we have almost finished draft review paper, and we hope to publish it as soon as it's possible. In this review paper, we covered main topics such as main crop info, strawberry crop coefficient, strawberry water requirements, strawberry irrigation scheduling, strawberry water use efficiency, strawberry decision support system, and etc. And one of my colleagues will later give you more detail about this. Secondly, we examine roseberry, and I'm really proud because roseberry is famous in Serbia. Serbia is famous by roseberry in the world. And in our group, we have already collected relevant literature related to roseberry irrigation. And now we are going to analyze this data and to start to write a review paper. When it comes to other berry species, we have just started to collect literature data, but when we finish with strawberry and roseberry, we will pay more attention to these species too. And I can say that there are some upcoming activities. So we finished with collecting some literature data, and we will continue to collect new literature papers. And also we are now going to analyze those data and to prepare them for publishing. And we would like to publish 2 review papers in scientific journal and at least 1 paper at an international conference. And as you can see, we have very big, ambitious plans in this group. All those plans are related to berry crop irrigation, and we are discussing a few topics, but one of them is impact of climate change on irrigation needs in different types of berries, and also organization of irrigation systems. And the goal is to examine how changes in climate can alter water requirements in various species. Also, we are going to develop some methodology plans and to make divisions of tasks within the group. Regular meetings and consultations within the group will ensure continuous coordination and knowledge sharing among members of the group. Additionally, we plan to gather literature about the quantity and timing of irrigation for other berry species, and we will do it in the similar way as we did it for strawberry and rose. As I said at the beginning, the aim is, the main goal is to find some advancements and achievements in berry crop irrigation, and to achieve some public and scientific advancements in this field. So the first step to this goal is to improve methodology, and another very important step would be when we publish our scientific papers. And now I would like to introduce you with participants of the group. There are only 4 of us, so we don't have a problem with number of authors. And if anyone wants to be a part of this group, you are welcome. There is Nataša Čereković. She works at Center for Development and Research Support at University of Banja Luka in Bosnia and Herzegovina, and she is also scientific associate at the Institute of Genetic Resources of University of Banja Luka. Nezibe Ebru-Kavkas. She is professor at University of Çanakkale, Faculty of Agriculture, Department of Horticulture in Turkey. Jelena Tomic, she is a researcher at the Food Research Institute in Čačak, Department for Technology and Food Growing, Republic of Serbia. And Radmila Ilić, it's me, Faculty of Agronomy in Čačak, University of Kragujevac, Department for Food Growing and Viticulture, also Serbia. And in the name of 4 of us, I would like to thank FruitCREWS team and Cost Action for allowing us to be on this meeting in Prague. It is very useful for our group because finally we meet each other face to face. And as we agreed on our online meeting, it is very significant to make some future plans and to discuss about collective data. And finally, I would like to give you some brief summary of our progress. The group is focused on researching and analyzing best practices for irrigation in berry crops, contributing to the efficient use of water, a critical resource in agriculture. As climate change affects water availability, the group's work helps develop new strategies for sustainable water use and conservation. The group provides scientific evidence and guidelines that can help farmers and policymakers improve their irrigation practices and policies. The completion of research on strawberry irrigation is a significant milestone, offering valuable insights and serving as a reference for further studies. Gathering relevant literature on roseberry irrigation forms the basis for the next phase of research. Successful planning of future activities and regular meetings to demonstrate the group's commitment to a common goal and an organized implementation. Thank you for your attention. I hope I wasn't so long with my presentation.
Thank you, Mila, for your nice presentation and for your progress. It's amazing to have at least one article almost finished for them. Thanks for coming and thank you. Is there any questions about the progress group? If not,
maybe
yes, I answered a question, suggestion, Martin, if I can.
Yes. Bartolomeo?
Yes, thank you. Thank you for nice presentation and very intense work that you have been done. I would like to ask if for strawberry, for example, are you considering different production system that now around the world interest involve the strawberry as well as other berries? I would suggest to define this one because the irrigation strategy can be different. Also, the estimation of crop water requirement in a tunnel, in a greenhouse, in soilless, or in open field is quite different. So, just would like give you this consideration and know if you are doing in this direction.
Yeah, Bartolomeo.
Yes.
Bartolomeo, thanks a lot for your advice. Yes, when we started to work on a strawberry review paper, we find that it's very difficult fruit to estimate crop water requirements. There is a lot of different management techniques, as you said, open field, mulch, non-mulch, plastic tunnels that are half protected, half open, and also greenhouse production. Of course, there is a different crop coefficient, different crop water requirements, and we are really trying to put all effort to make this into review paper. Only thing that we didn't consider, but we had it in mind, is soilless cultivation, and we must to add it in review paper. Yeah, it's really think about how to organize the management techniques and the irrigation requirements for strawberry.
Thanks.
Yes, following the same suggestion by Bartolomeo for raspberry also, if you are considering the different system of cultivation in pots, in field, protected, semi-protected tunnels, controlled and semi-controlled conditions. And for berries, they are basically produced all the year. So are you considering also the varieties that are cultivated in winter and then in summer, etc.? So there is a lot of differences that will impact, of course, on the quantity of water and water need. So basically, I think it's a very nice presentation, but I'm a little bit concerned if it will not be a very big paper, you know?
Let's see. But we would like also some input outside of this group of 4 person. If someone is interested to read the draft, because there are a number of scientists here that could improve actually our draft. I had a small meeting with Professor Paula Paredes, and she gave me some mobile application that is developed, the latest paper from Spanish authors. And also we discuss about the crop coefficient values in different management systems. But I think she could contribute a lot, but I'm sure that other scientists here could help us to have a good work published. So we invite others if they could join. I mean, not necessary maybe in first draft, but when we have draft, if someone is interested, maybe can take a look.
Good.
Maybe we can enlarge a number of authors.
Well, thank you. And I would quickly come to the last presentation because we are a bit late.
Hi everyone, I'm Cenk Küçükmük from Turkey. Firstly, I would like to thank to Martin for good organization and his team. And I would like to thank you for all, because discussion face to face is very important for, especially for me. The experience, everyone is different experience on different crops, and is I think it's important to share the experience, especially face to face. Okay, our my crop pitch actually it's going to be short presentation. Leaders, me and Orhan Livak from FruitCREWS University in Turkey. Participant numbers 50, I hope. Up to now, the completion of the literature, but I haven't linked it with VG1 literature for getting literature from VG1 about pitch. But after this meeting, I will contact Elsa and quickly and faster I link. And up to now, we are classification of the reference 250, 270 reference. Now we have, and we are planning to addition new reference with irrigation, remote sensing, especially yield and fruit quality on peach. And we classified the reference up to now just 207 and irrigation, anatomy, canopy, fruit and rootstocks. About water efficiency and small. And the other one, sorry. Stop. Okay. Remote sensing and water efficiency. Schedule, we are planning to screen of the literature collection shared by VG1 and analyze of the literature in 3 months, and identification of selected references for suitable review for 2 months. And finally, we are planning to get the final decision of the review content and writing, I hope, spring 2000 next year. Okay, after now, it's okay. Just I want to ask if anyone want to join this group. I can contact it. Okay, that's all. Martin.
Thank
Any
you.
question or any comments or any?
Thank you, Cenk. I would just ask you did just started with the group. Did you have already meeting with the participants?
Not yet, because I sent email like Annabella. Less of people replied me, but after meeting, maybe I can discuss to you. If anyone going to ask this team, maybe change the names or participants if possible. I don't know.
Okay, so you have started with the 15 people.
Yeah,
from the group. And well, if you have any questions or suggestions or comments, you can discuss it during the